大家好啊！再次嚟到咧學英文冇好音呢個環節，Speak English No Accent。咁啊，依家喺室外係攝氏10零度啦。But Angela is kind of freezing for some reason.
I am wearing a very thin layer inside. You've got a nice vest, you've got a thick shirt. I've got a jacket and a thin blouse inside.
Yeah, I got this Patagonia insulation.
Yeah,
thing.
I don't have that.
Yeah. So let's make this one session very quick.
Yeah.
A lot of people, when they, let's say in Hong Kong or Taiwan, their mother tongue is Taiwanese Mandarin or Cantonese. So expressing themselves, it's easy. But when you come to a multicultural place like Canada, English, I presume, is the mother tongue for most people, or the universal language, unless you go to Quebec, right?
Yeah.
So expressing yourself clearly, it's important. It's not so much of the accent itself.
Yeah, for some people, accent is important to improve clarity. But once you're quite fluent in the language, like let's say for you, Ed, where your accent isn't something that prevents people from understanding you, at that point, it's no longer about the accent, but it's about how you organize your idea and deliver it. And for many people in the audience, you probably have to do something very similar. If you're still working, you constantly have to deliver updates, discuss issues, brainstorm, have conflict resolution sessions, meetings, where you need to make it really clear what your perspective is and make an effort to understand the other person.
So it's like, well, in school, you can still give yourself some buy time if you cannot present well. Some courses, you don't have to do a lot of presentation.
Yeah, they let you rehearse, and then present. But in our regular days, we don't get to do that.
Right. So we better be well prepared in our working life, and also when we run our last mile, right?
Not well prepared. You better know how to speak on the spot.
Yeah. Well, in the last few weeks, we kind of cherry pick more difficult words to pronounce, like says, instead of saying says, which is not commonly used, right?
Yeah.
But more so, it's how we project our voice and how to say it in a more logical fashion when we have to.
Because honestly, I don't like nitpicking at little bits of pronunciation where people still understand what you're saying if you say says instead of says.
Yeah.
But then from a broader point of view, do people find it easy to understand your point? And accent clarity is just one piece of the puzzle. How you make your point clear and how you relate your point to whatever the listener cares about is one of the more important things, in my opinion.
即係大家聽眾啊，頭先我哋講英文口音呢樣嘢咧，其實咧就我哋雖然我哋個節目叫做 Speak English No Accent， 但係咧點樣個 delivery， 即係點樣去 deliver 你成句子咧，呢個咧更加緊要。Because yes, in interview setting, if people cannot understand your accent, of course that's bad. But the delivery is of paramount importance.
Yeah, and I love interview questions as an activity, especially if you are trying to transition to a different role.
Yeah,
your ability to answer interview questions well highlights your ability to bring your solutions to work in a highly relevant way. So if you can't be compelling in how you pitch your ideas, then why would this company want to work with you?
Yeah. Maybe I should ask you something about Second City as well.
Sure.
You had this workshop. They give you different scenarios, right? People come from different backgrounds, from different countries, and do people see like a major improvement after the 2 hours?
No, but it's fun.
Yeah.
And
tell us more.
It pushes you beyond your comfort zone, which is really, really important. A lot of the clients that I work with, all their life, they have not pushed themselves outside of their comfort zone, which means they're never learning, never changing, never improving. But going to something like Second City is showing that you're willing to take that first step to do something a little bit different and to learn and to practice speaking on the spot. A lot of the clients that I worked with, they didn't speak on the spot. In fact, they prefer to stay silent. So in meetings, senior leadership would often make a comment saying, "Hey, John, I haven't heard from you. I
Right.
want to hear from you." And Second City, this kind of improv is the perfect place to start putting yourself out there.
Well, I guess in April I should sign up at Second City, get an
Why
impromptu
April and not this week?
because I have work to do.
Oh, fair. It's final exams, right?
Yeah, lots of things going on.
Fair.
Yeah, so I should give my report after I join one of their sessions.
Yeah.
And it's still very cold and windy, and we forgot to use the remote thing.
Oh,
Okay, so I hope the reception is okay because I am projecting my voice.
yeah, we probably have to project our voice a little bit more. And now that I realize we're not using this mic.
我哋嗰個所謂個 receptor 咧，嗰嚿嘢都冇擺到落去個
Yeah,
電腦
this
度。
thing right
係
here.
啦，咁呢個係假嘅啫，咁就係咁先啦。我哋第3節再同大家傾，拜拜。
Bye.